Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Arif Hussain here from Chicago, representing Young Muslims, YM. Alhamdulillah. Just wanted to give a quick recap of a very amazing program we had last year. This time during Valentine's Day, when over 200 young brothers and sisters came over to Benedictine University, and we talked about a very important topic. And that topic is something that's very critical to the situation of our community right now. We have a lot of young brothers and sisters, subhanAllah, who are confused, who are struggling with the concept of love. Alright, they claim that they're in love, or they may be in certain relationships, romantic relationships, where they feel that they would give their life for somebody. And alhamdulillah, this is something that we're trying to address slowly as young Muslims, as young brothers, as young sisters, trying to address it as a community. And one of the things we did was try to bring to light this issue to the community last year at this time. And some of the key points we discussed about was that, number one, we know that this problem is pretty severe. This problem is prevalent. Just look on Facebook these days. Look at your friends. Look at your friends list. See how many brothers, how many sisters they're in a romantic relationship of some sort that is not legitimate, that's not appropriate. In fact, it's harmful for our development as human beings. Okay? So if we look at this is something that's very severe. However, it's a very taboo topic. It's something that our parents, it's very difficult for us to talk about this stuff with our parents, with our imams. Imagine going to your mom and saying, I got a girlfriend, what do I do about it? It's something very difficult for us to do because we made it a very tough topic to talk about. But the reality is, it's a natural situation. Every single one of us, the first thing we need to realize about the concept of love is that it's a natural feeling, a natural emotion that we have within ourselves. And it's something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala recognizes as a part of our nature as human beings. However, the second thing we need to realize is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always calls us to discipline ourselves, discipline our emotions, disciplines our desires, and inshallah, and utilize it in the capacity within the boundaries that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has set down. And He does this in order to protect us from ourselves, in order to protect society from individualistic and egoistic desires that we may have. So these two things are very critical. The third thing we need to realize, and something that we need to talk about, is that the avenues of expressing our love in an inappropriate manner, in a manner that is prohibited, are extremely easy within the society. It's very easy for myself to get a girlfriend, or to express my desires in an inappropriate fashion. But it's extremely difficult for me to express this desire and this emotion of love in the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mandated, in the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed, in the form of marriage. It's extremely difficult for our young brothers or young sisters to get married. There are so many layers of difficulty. And that's one of the things that we addressed at the event. And the third thing, or the fourth thing that we discussed last year was that if you are in a relationship that is prohibited by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you really claim to love this person, you love this girl, you love this guy, and you really claim that you have this deep emotions for them, if you really cared about them, you would try to cut off this relationship as soon as possible. Because the more you participate in such a relationship, the more harm you bring to yourself, and the more harm you bring to your friend, or bring to the person that you claim to love. So subhanAllah, we need to keep that in mind, and we need to be mindful of that. If you care about somebody, you want to save them from the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you need to discipline yourself. And I've seen people do it. I've seen people leave camps, events, seminars, programs, lectures, halaqas, calling up their girlfriends and saying, because I love you, I want to stop this. And that's something that we need to realize, that you have this natural emotion, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed you to express that emotion within His boundaries, and if you're not doing so, it's only bringing harm to you and the one you claim to love. So inshallah, that's some of the points that we discussed about last year. Alhamdulillah, young Muslims, we're bringing this event back to Teaneck, New Jersey, Dar al-Islah Masjid, inshallah, February 13th, I believe it is, next Saturday. Inshallah, I'm excited to be there, to be your brother, to join you all, inshallah. I'm excited to meet all of you. So come out, try to come out, inshallah, bring your friends, bring your family, to discuss this extremely important topic. And inshallah, I pray it will be a night of remembrance and a night of benefit for all of us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. Inshallah, I'll see you all. Assalamu alaikum.